Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to PCM23 Lions, episode 62. We've done it, folks. We're at the World Tour. Actually, we had a few races last year that were at the World Tour, so, okay, it's not our first overall. It's our first of many this season, though. Formerly known as the Cadel Evans Great Ocean Road Race, whatever its nickname now. Geelong Oceania race is starting up. A little bit of climbing to it, not purely flat, so we'll see if we've got everybody in the final kilometers left, but we definitely brought the sprint team to this one. There are far stronger sprinters in the world than what we have, so there's going to be a few guys that are well beyond our reach. But if we can squeeze out a top 5 or top 7 or 8, it's going to have a decent amount of points haul for us. That'll be the target. The biggest undulation of the entire day is the phase that we're in right now. And there's a little bit of feeling it through here. The pace has definitely picked up, but there's only 6 riders in the break. There's just under 100 in the entirety of the field. And that's the big climb that we're going to have to navigate again and again and again. That was the first time of 5 times that we're going to hit that little climb. After that, there's just a little bit of undulation. And coming up on it here shortly. Let's slow down for that. It's short, it's steep, it's 11%, and it's a pretty skinny road, so you want to be in a strong position when that happens, because, let's see, we were at about 57k when we came through there. Let's watch where this finish line is, because we should be coming up on it here fairly soon. So we know how far from the finish it is. Should be right about here. There you go. So it's about 8 to 9k from the finish. We'll already be in our attack formation by that point, trying to navigate what's going on. But the fatigue is starting to set in. There's already a group of 9 riders that have been dropped with 44k still to go. We're going to have to up the effort to hold that position, especially on that climb. It can definitely do a lot of damage. And you can see we actually... Oh, Jansen, the only one who made that front little split. Split actually happened in front of us as we weren't quite giving the necessary effort. But 65 chasing, let the other teams commit to that, and they do, brings it back together. So now 78 in the peloton, 6 off the front. We're definitely going to have to increase the effort here for this last phase. Everybody's got water for the final time. We're seeing some attacks here. There's going to be a response, and that climb is coming soon, which means it's going to hurt. It's very much going to hurt. Go ahead and push like an 88 to hold on, but our 4 key guys are doing okay. It's just their teammates. It's those domestiques to lead them out that are not looking great. 25k to go. That was the penultimate time over the climb. This time we hold it a lot better. Ooh, still 225 to the front. Is that the 6? The 4 left of the 6. They've got some firepower in that group. Chase is on, but it's not really covering any ground. And here comes another attack. That's 3 key riders going for it. 3 favorites. 3 big-time favorites. Is there a response? No, 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 no response. No response, and the gap's going out. It's 17k, but I have to now respond, otherwise we're outside of the top 10 completely. Fortunately, only a single rider is totally done. That's Bosco. Maybe we'll put him... Oh, he's too far back as it is. Only the one rider is too far back to be a part of this, but... and too far out of it to be a part, but this is too early. This is too early for us to get on the front, but this is really our only choice. Catching these 4 will set us up, and the gap's starting to come down. It's down to 225, but putting the pressure on, nearly splitting the field. And does split the field, 23 now. 10k. Banuna dropped to the back of this thing. Bosco's done. He's out. On the climb. 9k. Havu giving us a 95 and getting through it and really cutting back that gap. But those front three may not be caught. Havu gets us over the top. That's good. And that means he'll set us up for the descent. 25 now. We're gonna start pushing full gas from here. Can we split the field? I mean, we've already split it down to 20. 4.3. Kareem. He's going to go a lot faster than Janssen. 3.8. We are set up well. We're going to place well. But we have not caught those front four. But can they still be caught? 2.4. Sprinting for Kareem. 1.8. Here we go. Better, faster sprinters coming along. Can we even get in the top 10? There's just too many strong guys. The front three do take it. Rex, Rusin, Fisher, Black. We would have a top 10 otherwise, but we're going to just miss a top 10 here. De Villiers gets 13th. It would have been 10th place. Ewan wins the sprint ahead of Tessin Bond. We set that up well. We ran that really well. But in terms of sprint, we're not there yet. There's just too much strength. De Villiers was set up as well as could be and was 2 bike lengths off of winning that sprint, but was 10th because there was 9 guys crammed in ahead of us within that 2 bike lengths. We beat Fred Wright. Janssen got 17th. Kareem was 18th. Daniels was 19th. How much of that is equal to points, though? Did we get much in points? Let's see. What is a World Tour basic race looking like? That is domination of the not domination style, right? 13th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 21st, 22nd. 21 riders finishing at the front of them, the 3 who held on to a 13-second gap. A 2 pro race, 200 points at the top. A Classics C World Tour, bottom level. This is the lowest level race. There's only 5 of them on the season. Omloop Ghent, sponsor objective last year. Frankfurt Classic, sponsor objective. That's the kind of race that our sponsor was able to squeeze us into, the weakest of them. It's 300 points. It's worth quite a bit more. 13th though, but all the way down to 20th is 20. So we got 20, 20, 20, 20, and 12, 12 for a couple of guys. And so while we didn't have a great finish, we still amassed a decent amount of points out of that. I mean, that's over 100, well over 100. And while we didn't get the result we would have hoped for today, like I said, I was hoping for a 7th or 8th. We were 10th on the sprint. We weren't far off from where we were hoping to be, but then there was also those 3 guys ahead that picked up all those extra points. All in all, not too bad of a result. Not too bad, but it's going to take a lot. These are all extra races, extra chances at points. But it's going to make for a very busy calendar, and I definitely am not going to be racing all of them. Just to add to our challenge, this year has started off very challenging. We've picked up 4 injuries in January. Clote, broken arm. Mullebron, broken shin. It's really starting to hurt our chances of putting together competitive teams. More and more often here for the next month or so, we're going to be facing team minimums. We'll have 5 instead of 7. We'll have 6 instead of 7 pretty consistently because we don't have enough riders. We're losing a lot of guys. I mean, there's this little window. There's 2 riders, 3 riders who were scheduled to have it off. Arab was already replaced. So, it's looking tough. And there's those injury replacements necessary enough to the point where, we can't hardly field 3 teams. That's 21 guys. And we have 24, 25, 3-4 injuries. It's hard to continually have 3 races at the same time because there it is again. Back to back to back over a 4-week stretch. We have 3 stretches lasting roughly a week that are triple race. That is really hard. That's going to be a very, very difficult stretch for us to manage. A little bigger than the last at 2 stars. Valenciana brings us our second objective of the year. Also, our second straight top 5 overall objective for this one. And it comes during a busy stretch. 3 races back to back to back, and also bigger races still coming right after this. So largely set up as a warm-up for a lot of the riders who we'll be seeing later on. This is more of a Hilly profile. So we've got a Josh DeVilliers here, that type of team for this one. A Shimway is a last-minute replacement to join in. Fortunately, the rest of these guys, though a lot of them are domestique types, I do have this set as an objective for them. Reason why you set the early objective is that it's going to force them to start preparing that fitness peak a little bit earlier on. And with an earlier preparation, it means those later objectives that are bigger, we have a better chance of actually hitting a fitness peak, because notoriously the first fitness peak never hits on time. Never. Later in the season they do, but the first one always ends up late by a couple of weeks. So if you have a target 2 weeks early, that's your objective, might actually hit your target 2 weeks later. Big climb on that one. One more to go. 56K to go also. Hold on just a second. Sorry. Okay. What the? Before it's too late. We're going to want to see Barry to see what his new web is looking like. Has it been long enough yet since the change? I suppose it has. It's February now. We should be able to check in on what he's looking like in between stages here. Mansour is the other one, so check in on both of them. Those were the guys that had alterations to what their potential was for the year, both good and bad. Haptim score struggling here. It's the final climb. Let's go ahead and use his gel now. 67 is all he has for climbing. So this it's first punchy stage. It's not that punchy, right? We might be down 1 guy here. We might be down 2 guys here, but either way, we're still going to set this up for what will be a sprint finish. We don't have a sprint team at this one, so I don't expect us to place well today. I just expect all the key guys to not lose time. Halftime's going to start dropping. Musa down a little bit too far. He's only in this position because he's got a +5 race day condition. A net +10 today on an expected +12. Decent. Almost neutral. We've not lost Haptum yet, but I'm not sure there's going to be enough recovery happening on this descent to get him back in contention, and he loses contact. For a moment. 133 riders now. It was down to 70. I would have liked it to stay at 70. That would have made a difference on the times later. Could have had a puncher losing some time, as this was very much not a puncher's type day. 25K to go, and the breakaway still has a 340 advantage to those front guys. Are they going to stay away? Beginning of this playthrough, we had that all the time, but updates really took away from the breakaway to where I stopped bothering trying to put somebody in the break. But here we are with 20K to go, and still 318 ahead. We've only pulled back 10-15 seconds. Of course, we're going to be part of that chase here fairly soon. Stage number 1, isn't it? Stage 1? Yes. Stage 1 of 5. 13K. It's time. I'm going to start with DeVilliers on the front, but I'm not going to keep him there for long. I want him to grab onto the back of the group, as he is one of our contenders as our top sprinter. Just didn't get the race day condition he needed today. But he can at least help set us up today before we drop him back and put him behind. So red bar is already gone. 10K to go. Little climb here. Let's let him give what tempo he can. 250, not closing down on those front guys. But let's go ahead and get Barry on the go and let De Villiers grab on behind. 8.5K. Done with the climbing. Now it's just a matter of chasing. We split the field. 24. 22. On to Mansour. 6.5K. Trying to keep up the tempo, because if we can, it's a punchy stage. If there is some sort of separation, that could work wonders for us. And definitely set us up to maybe get a top 3 type performance today. Right now we're well positioned for something along that sort. 3K, no separation. That's not going to happen. Oh gosh, they've already won. Breakaway winning on stage 1. How did I get down to 1.4K from 3? Did I let it run that long? There's no sprint bonus anyway. Field does split here again at the end. Wow, that's a 2:11 gap. That's huge. That's huge. Those front 4 guys are going to be difficult to overtake in the GC. Top 5 in jeopardy when 4 positions might be locked up already. We're well placed with the 2:11 group, and there is a split at Filippo Ganna at 2:55. That at least sets us up well for that. But that breakaway, boy, what is their quality looking like? Reyes looks like he can climb. Sands is going to have trouble. Romeo's going to have trouble. Neil's going to have trouble. But yeah, Reyes looks like he can hang on to it. 220. I can't see him losing that much time, but I haven't looked at the profile of the 4 stages to come. I just know that I've got more Hilly stages. Still 53K to go on this stage number 2. Much more challenging stage at a very different profile than what came out of our race day condition bonuses. Shimway, our strongest overall guy, but not much of a puncher. He's got a -4 today, so he very well could lose time, but we are protecting him. Haptim with a +5, but Domestique. Barry with +3. Domestique. Musa, De Villiers do get their expected +2s. By the way, everybody's expected to have a +2. The only reason why Shibway has a -6 is his doesn't have a -6. He's got a -4. He's the one rider, because he was the late edition, who does not have a sponsor objective for this. So he drew a -4. And you can see Haptim got a +3, Barry got a +1, Hennoke got a -3, Mansour got a +1. So exclude a Shimway, it's pretty balanced otherwise. The Shimway's got the best fitness level of everyone. He's the only one 90+. That's part of the reason why he got the edition. But 37K to go here, and it's time to start putting our foot down climbing wise. One final climb on this one, but this is the lead up to that. The breakaway of 11 have been away since the very, very early kilometers. They had 6 minutes. It's down to 3. For now, they're burying themselves to get the last of it. But you can see Barry is done. He's going to get dropped. So Musa is going to now protect whoever just got left out. Oh, Barry's still here. It's De Villiers, though. Let's go ahead and get Musa on De Villiers. 91 left in the group. Still 10 off the front, and actually that gap increased as they pushed through that climb. And we're now getting a few riders coming to the front to set tempo. Should start to see that coming back down. Are we going to once again see a breakaway victory? It's 27K. It's 4 minutes. What is wrong with this field? Why can they not manage a breakaway? Wow, this is not going well, folks. This is really not going well. We are once again looking at a breakaway situation of potential victory. There is a little chase happening now, but we had them at 3, seemingly had them under control, and now all of a sudden, it pushed back out to 4. Another 15 kilometers have gone by just to try to get it back towards 3. Looking like that group's going to gain some time. We just now get back to 3. 60 riders left in the peloton. It's splitting. It's yo-yoing anyway. Intermediate sprint. It's starting to come down a lot faster, though. 230. Maybe. They can still be caught, all or most of them. Mansour's been dropped. Bari's been dropped. Musa's about to get dropped. I'm down to 5 riders. Haptum, Gel, 13k. I can't push with 5 riders right now. There's one little hill right here. Let's snake our way up this hill, and then we will try to get established. Otherwise, this would hurt our riders a little too much. Seeing the group split here. Alright, we're still snaking, but it's going to be relatively flat for a little bit, and we're down to 4. This could be rough. Can't go 99. We just don't have enough firepower. Plus there's that punchy climb at the end. Down to 35. 2-minute gap. 2-minute gap now. Not impossible to catch those guys, but really unlikely. 6k. The climb is the only thing that's going to give us a chance. How beat are they? Haptum got us to the front, nothing more. 3.8k. Shimway has already got his gel kicking in. Front group attacking. Just inside 2 minutes, we have not gained anything on them. Shimway getting us started at 3.7. We got 3 riders, 3.7k. A Vetipole on the attack, and we're starting to catch those guys. A lot of them were done. Shimway out of red bar. 1.4k sprinting, soft sprinting. 1.2 Hanok trying to come through. Breakaway is going to take the victory, it looks like. Engelhart, Backart, 700 meters, a little early for De Villiers, but he will get out front. Elasogi, there's already 6. 3 more. One of those is a Vetipole. There's a Vetipole. There's Martinez. Was he in the break? Almeida? Or did 3 guys attack and I just didn't see it? Only 12 chasing, maybe 15. I got 3 guys there in that group. Yikes on hopes for an overall in this race. Too much talent for one thing. Venipal, Martinez, Almeida, Ayuso, Vanderpool, Champison. Oh my goodness. How are we supposed to get a top 5 with that? And how are we supposed to get a top 5 when none of the teams, none of the favorites, are managing the breakaway? The breakaway is gaining way too much time in both stages so far. Field is thinning out though. Breakaway guys, Germani is leading, but Martinez, Venipol, Ayuso, Almeida, a few other guys moving way up the order, and then Vanderpool, De Villiers, Hanok, Ashimwe are the next best placed. So the few guys that gained a little time today, we were 218 and 227 down. Following the group at 212, they gained 6 seconds, and then the group that broke away. So they gave separation even in our group, which pulled us back a little bit in terms of the overall timing. Fairly well placed, but a top 5 is looking like a big challenge for us right now. Mansour's new profile looks like this. Not good. He's not going to progress much at all. His contract expires next year. He will be for sure released at that time, as he's not the rider he was expected to be any longer. Bari, on the other hand, oh buddy, that's his 5-star profile. That is the best all-around rider that we've seen in a long time. Look at that sprint capability, along with the punch, the climbing, the cobble, and time trialing. That's somebody who can win repeatedly. Bari and from Tunisia. He's going to be the Tunisian beast here. He is going to absolutely give rise to Tunisia in time. We're going to be keeping him long term. He's got a contract expiring this year. We will obviously re-sign him to 3, and I would expect that he's going to progress pretty fast right now. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.